Shroud and Skadoodle play a more predictable game, but Stewie and Automatic don't. And figuring out a pattern for how to stop them from getting entries and stop them from sort of generally just being all over the map is not an easy task. So we'll see how it all plays out here. Welcome to the game. It's Flipside versus Cloud9 here at the PGL Major Qualifier. One of these two teams is going to make it through based on this game. They've both won 2, so one more and they're going to be going... If they lose, they won't be out, though. They're just going to be playing later today, which is... Ooh, that's where the pressure gets real high. This is still a very important match. And what have we got here, Semmler? Quite a bit of utility on Cloud9, actually.
And they get to start on the T side, so they're going to start probing Flipside real early. But you're right, the two strengths, Automatic and Stewie, they're going to get to lead the way. And sure enough, they're the two guys who are just charging in, no fear whatsoever, looking for the headshots. And, well, the wrong kind. Waylander finds the first one to start things off.
A good way to get started. Waylander will eventually go down. Automatic edging his way in. Then comes Markelov. Sorry, World Edit and Blade with a kill. Markelov with the assist. And nothing in Shroud. 2 versus 3. How did they get the bomb plant in this situation? As soon as someone's planting, it's essentially a 1-on-3 for that guy to hold on. So they're doing the right thing in looking for a fight. They need to even out the odds here before they think about any kind of a bomb plant. Blade will get a headshot on one, and that leaves nothing to go down to Electronic, and that'll be Flipside picking up the first round comfortably. That was pretty good.
What I'm going to be really curious to see is how Cloud9 deal with the CT side versus Flipside, because you talk to any pro, everybody hates playing Flipside. Because they're so slow, they're so measured. It's like you were talking about with Godsent and Pronax, right? The mind games and the clean executes, that's what Flipside thrive on.
Yeah.
And it's just insanely frustrating to play against. So will Cloud9 be able to show that reserve and be able to show some self-control and not just constantly try and play into Flipside's hands? You know, if Flipside are waiting, holding angles, you just need to sit there and wait too, right? Do you have that in you? But right now, so far, Flipside, they're off to a fantastic start. That was a very clean hold on the B site.
This could get very interesting, though, because actually there's not many grenades on Flipside to hold them back here, and they do have armor on Cloud9's side. Look at the charge here with the Tech 9 Electronic. A lot of trouble, and he goes down. The setup for Flipside was not meant to counter this kind of a push. That's for damn sure. World Edit will take a kill on nothing in return, so at least it's a 4-on-4 automatic. If he gets this headshot, that might have been it, but he won't.
Boy. Now, well, they just need to kind of wait for Flipside to start committing to this push. They know, at least they have some information. Connector, they know that somebody's flanking from the back end, and there it is. Stewie hit the key shot on Blade. Now they have a way out, and the shot from Shroud catching Waylander completely unawares.
Markelov and World Edit trying to see if they can make it back onto the site. World Edit has got a kill, but there's no kit currently picked up on anyone, so even with the kills, they're just not going to have the time anymore. Markelov has to back up, and Cloud9 bouncing right back into it with a big round. And a great execute, and there was... Honestly, there was no sort of remarkable feature about that execute that sort of meant they won it. It's just that Flipside were not ready for it. If Electronic, who was holding by the triple box, if he was holding further back towards CT spawn, then they would have just played the whole thing retake. But he couldn't fall back, you know, he just sort of committed, and he had a FAMAS and no grenades at all. So those Tech 9s, when they're close, they're probably better than the FAMAS at that point. So that's a big problem.
By a long shot, right? That up-close one-shot headshot. Electronic is wishing he had that at that point. Give me a 5-7, please.
Yes. Almost anything, right?
The real consideration here is how well can Flipside bounce back now. Are they going to be able to offer some pressure? I think this is Cloud9 going for the mid-control, looking to see if they can open up more of the map as nothing clears out underpass as well. And so now, really, this is going to focus on the bomb sites. Cloud9 have got mid-control, and Flipside don't really seem like they're going to be doing too much about that. They do have Markelov holding short with that FAMAS. He's in a pretty good spot. And it looks like this is how Blade wants to deal with this. 3 players over towards B.
Very slow round coming out here. Cloud9 not really looking to make any mistakes, and you can't blame them either. They've got the mid-control. Just having Stewie in that connector in itself is really valuable. He's checked out all of it. He realizes that no one is nearby. Gonna fall back down towards the middle again. Bomb is making its way towards the A side, where Electronic and World Edit are holding. This time Electronic actually has the 5-7, and World Edit has got a scout. I think if they win this round, it will almost certainly have to be World Edit hitting some really good scout shots with it. I don't see this working out otherwise.
It's going to be the that tag him up with the scout and finish him off with the pistol sort of play. Automatic does spot the man by bench over on B side, just making sure that the Flipside can't get too comfortable. Blade taking a tremendous amount of damage, but sure enough, World Edit, there's the headshot on nothing to start things off. 3 players committed to the A site now for Cloud9, and the rotation already coming through here for Flipside.
Just what the doctor ordered. They need more of it though. And those smokes, good utility use from Cloud9, making life very hard. The plant is going on, and even though it's such a cool boost, and I think actually a heavily underused one, it doesn't work this time because the bomb is being planted on the other side. A lot of damage onto Skadoodle. They don't have any grenades to get rid of him though, so that's really unfortunate. He can just chill for a long time. Eventually Markelov will find him, and Blade will get a headshot on Stewie. Things going slightly astray here for Cloud9. They need to get back in here and make sure the bomb does not get defused. Automatic with a good crab spray. Shroud running in with the SMG, and that should be the end of it here. They do have a kid on Markelov, but he's going to be having a really hard time of getting the full defuse in. Shroud actually going for a bit of an extended fight. The spray comes in. Markelov gets the shot with 6 health left, but with no time to actually get the defuse. Still a pretty good job on Flipside, but that's, I don't know, what a round.
Way too close, right? Poor Skadoodle. Shroud was going for the flank, but he just couldn't hang in there long enough. Perhaps some miscommunication on knowing where Shroud was exactly. Shroud just needed like another 3 seconds to get into pit and flank out Waylander. But, man, and the shots onto Stewie and CT, a lot of good plays here from Flipside. It's kind of painful to see that it just didn't work out for him in the end. Markelov gets that duel, but the one thing that Flipside have at least is that, yeah, okay, they spent all of their money, but they also forced Cloud9 to rebuy everything. So they're keeping Cloud9's economy in check, and that's so important right now for Flipside.
Yeah, going to be harder in this round, though, with no armor and everything. Not impossible. Stewie, easy kill against the unarmored electronic, so he's immediately down. World Edit to fall next, and that's it. Stewie's open up the A-bomb site. The bomb is going to follow soon enough. Now it's just a question of looking for more kills on both sides. Whoa.
You know, I'm talking about keeping the economy in check, and now it's the worst case scenario for Flipside. They want to be dying to the AKs. They do not want to be dying to young Stu with that MAC-10. Double the money. Sure enough, Automatic will find the last kill on Blade. 3-1 now for Cloud9. A very solid start here on Mirage for them, but then it's kind of been the trend so far this major qualifier. T-sides have been so strong on Mirage lately. It's been a real difficult fight for the CTs to actually, you know, post the scores that we're kind of used to seeing a few months back.
Classic nothing. Flirting with the camera.
Hey, he does those vlogs as well now.
Yeah.
You know, man gets out there on the camera.
It's a remarkably charming human being. And the 5th round is going to be unfolding here. Actually, Stewie holding on to the MAG-10. I suppose for any kind of a rush or break into a bomb site, it's not the end of the world. I mean, chances are you will die as the entry fragger anyway. So if he's going to be playing that role, you know, just get the information. They're all setting up for a number of grenades here to rain in towards the B bomb site, and this could be very good actually. Markelov might be smoked off on Catwalk, and then maybe Waylander, if he misses a couple of shots, that's it. Flashbang is in. Markelov actually falls back really quick. That's a smart play from him. Goes and gets the kill on Stewie with that MAC-10. Markelov with second kill, taking down Automatic. Waylander unable to find the shot, and Markelov nearly goes down, but World Edit is there to help out for a 2-on-4.
Unbelievable. He nearly gets Markelov through the smoke. That would have been massive. Instead, it's Skadoodle to find that kill. And now, Flipside, Blade, this is where you step in. You say, calm down. Stop with the shoulder peeks. Wait until that bomb is planted, and then we'll start working together as a unit. Pretty soon, they will have, who is that, Blade making his way through on short. And so there's a pincer movement, a pincer retake here onto the B side for Flipside. They have everything they need. Except
for a defuse kit. I don't know if there's one on the ground, but they don't have one picked up, so they need to move pretty quick here. Nothing does go down, but World Edit gets a kill. There's Skadoodle getting one, and Electronic with the return there. They will have enough time for the defuse, even without the defuse kit there, so very close. Almost losing that 2 versus 4 situation there. That could have been horrifying. Flipside, though, with a good job, and here's where it really matters that they did so much damage to Cloud9 earlier on. They can still buy on the American side, but you know, this is the last round they can, and they could be ecoing afterwards.
Yeah, this is where that economy takes a big knock. But Stewie, that's also where all of those MAC-10 kills comes into play for Stewie. Yeah. He drops that AWP for Skadoodle, no worries. Right. No hesitation, just drops that immediately. And so Ska has now got his off to play with. And we've got a fully bought up, fully equipped Cloud9. We're going to be running right into Flipside. And while Flipside with only 1 player surviving, for them, you can see, light on nades, a single kit on Waylander. It's not ideal. Wow, Blade. Not often that you're going to see that kind of play. Well, in the sense that he just fully commits to that peek. It's not even a shoulder peek to try and bait it out. He just went for it. If there's one thing Scott can do, if he's got the line already, he's very good at hitting mouse 1 and finding those shots.
Not bad at all, is it? Skadoodle not taking too many more risks with any kind of a peek. No reason that he should either. And the defense here for Flipside, very hard for them with their current positioning to go for many kills. Maybe when the smoke goes away, they could try and fight Stewie and Connector, but if they don't realize he's here, he could do a lot of damage for anything, really. Well, they're going to go and check it, and that's such brilliant play. Now they reclaim the middle, they see that no one is there, and yeah, they're doing a remarkable job here, Flipside. That's very important.
Yeah, now this is so tough for Cloud9. The Shroud, he's boxed in, he's stuck in apartments. Electronic doesn't need to overcommit to the bomb site either. Can hang back in CT. We'll see, is Ska going to catch him peeking? There was the jump for a second there at Sky. He's holding such a passive angle. He's not going to spot him out, so an opportunity missed, and that might cost Shroud. Sure enough, Electronic getting the flank, and he doesn't manage to get the kill on Automatic before Automatic is able to find World Edit. So a 3-on-3, and the bomb now should be getting planted.
That took way too long. It isn't done yet. Nothing with the kill on Waylander, who was trying to stop from Skadoodle getting the bomb down. Now Electronic and Markelov. 2 versus 3. Electronic trying his best. He could have had a double kill. He nearly took down Shroud as well. And he could have stopped Automatic from getting his kill. Markelov will pick up Skadoodle, but it's still a 1-on-2. Very hard here for the veteran player. He does cross the line of sight. I think maybe Nothing has already seen him. Either way, Markelov without the kid, he's pretty much done here. I would say save the M4 if at all possible, and even better, maybe the AWP if that's going to be a feature of this round. It could be able to maybe just get the kill on Shroud, take the AWP and run away. That's the best scenario right now. Does get one on Shroud, and the AWP still stuck in Sandwich. He wants to run for it. He definitely knows that it's there, and there it is. Oh, but right on top of him, Nothing. Oh, it's so close. Nothing unable to get the kill. Oh, 2-4 instead as a scoreline. AWP saved is something. What a round.
Now, well, Anders, money on it. Does Markelov keep the op, or does he hand it over to World Edit?
Listen, I mean, I always feel like Leppäs and I are causing like a bit of a fracture in that team because we keep tweeting about Markelov AWPing. But listen, I mean. Here's my problem. Here's why I can't give up this dream.
All right.
I have seen Markelov at. I know people are gonna laugh at this. I don't care. I've seen Markelov play on like warm-up servers and stuff in global offensive, and look like nothing you've ever seen him look like in a match in global offensive. Put it like that. So I feel like I might be just completely tricking myself, but I really feel like I have some evidence that Markelov is still in there. Somewhere. Yeah,
buried
like
deep down.
I know it's gonna sound like madness to most people, but listen, I'm not gonna give up the dream. I just won't. I really think if you are as good as Markelov was, then that doesn't go away. I just don't believe that. But obviously, right now, yes, he should probably go to World Edit. World Edit is, I think, a more consistent offer at the current level. But still, I don't know.
World Edit is leading on the frags as well. And we've all seen what World Edit is capable of. It doesn't happen every time, but when he gets on his game and he has that op, he can do terrible things. Heinous. But it is going to be a perfect take here for Cloud9. You have to give him that. Anti-eco, fair enough. But Cloud9 not losing a single player. That is very good for them and their economy.
Yeah, extremely well played by the American side. 3 versus 5 here. I mean, they don't have the economy. Cloud9 just go on sort of a really wild hunt here. Maybe with a Galil or the Mac-10 or something, they can go for it. But they don't want to throw away 4 rifles in this round. That's definitely not worth it if you're on the Cloud9 side. Some random sprays coming out. Automatic trying to last second. Oh, he gets a shot on Markelov. The AWP is gone. That's just brilliant play from Automatic.
What a play! That was so sick. Waylander is going to be beside himself. He was supposed to be there minding. The one player you want to keep alive is Markelov with that op. And Automatic zeroes in on him immediately. That's so frustrating because now what? You've got a UMP. You've got another round of eco you're dealing with here if you're Flipside. And Cloud9, they get to pat themselves on the back and say, good job. All right, we got the 1 kill we wanted. Should be able to just storm the fort now. 2-1-2 set up here for Cloud9. A little bit of presence at mid. That's quickly changing here.
Waylander trying to get tricky by jumping into that corner, but he did get spotted, so nothing really come of it.
I like this. These are the smokes that they used for their execute on the B site, trying to make it, trying to sell it. And it's happening. The bait works perfectly. They've over-rotated Flipside all in mid towards the B site, and sure enough, the action's about to be on A.
Yeah, they do hear nothing running back, so now they're going to realize, damn, but it's too late at that point to really do anything about it, you know. The bomb making its way up the A ramp now, and Flipside really heavily out of position. And it shouldn't be a problem for Cloud9 to close out this round. There's just not much left on Flipside that they can actually retake this site with. Nothing, failing the shots a little bit, but he will land the headshot eventually. Could have nearly got that one as well. 3-on-3, I'm not worried at all for Cloud9. This should be pretty routine. Just wait until they get near the bomb before you fight.
How annoyed are you if you're electronic? Nearly gets the kill. Man advantage, and obviously World Edit going to try and back off as far as possible to hold on to that AK. That's the one thing that really matters here. Waylander, he can hang around a little bit and try and hunt for a kill with the UMP. But both players now for Flipside, they're doing this correctly. Just sitting and waiting, not really aggressive, committing to the save, and that's well done. 6-2, Cloud9 in the lead still. A very solid economy now rolling here for Cloud9. 10,000 on nothing before he buys that AK. Whereas over on Flipside, they have the AWP on World Edit. Okay, that's no shock. It looks like they're actually going to have a pretty reasonable buy, all things considered.
Well, it's about time. We've crossed the halfway point in the first half here, so they need to get some more on the board. I mean, I think Cloud9 are just better on T side than they are on CT side anyway, so I think Flipside are going to have a decent chance of getting quite a few rounds when they get to play T side.
Yeah.
Even if Flipside just get like 6 rounds in this first half, I mean, that's not great, but I think it's workable. Like, they can still make something work with it, but at the current rate, that might not even happen. Honestly, Cloud9 are... They've got the... We know they have the firepower on this team to be really dangerous, but who would have thought that putting Stewie in charge of the leadership with the tactics would have result in some really good tacks, actually. Like, just great fakes, great executions. I love it.
Oh, young Stew's a beast. Again, just going to mention it one last time, right, before the halftime. Just the fact that, you know, our Cloud9 going to be patient enough to play CT versus Flipside. We're just notorious for slow, measured attacks. Markaloff, he's in the perfect spot. Oh, they peek them together. Fantastic teamwork there from Cloud9. That's exactly how you want to do it.
Very well done. All the little details. Jumping into the window, automatic. Ends up going down, and Electronic with a good kill, but now he's trapped in the corner. And I actually don't blame him for fighting that fight. Stewie will be taking down Waylander. The problem for Electronic is if he waits, he's going to get Molotov, so he has to go. He might as well go before they're, you know, all set up and waiting for him. Blade sneaking out and almost looking the wrong way. That could have been horrible. He's checking middle, which is actually not a bad idea. But Blade and World Edit have to try and retake this bomb site. That's a headshot.
Wow.
Taking down nothing. A good start. Now a 2-on-2.
What a sick shot. Flawless. And what was nothing doing standing up? Still, Blade not going to let a chance like that pass up. Beautiful. But Stewie from CT finds the shot on him, gets revenge. And it's on World Edit 1v2, and he's not having any of it. Already backing off. Nice shot onto Ska. Needs to still find the shot on Stu, but it looks like he will be able to back off and save his gun.
7-2 as a scoreline here. Everything working out quite well for Cloud9 at the moment. And I mean, a little peek into the B bomb site, get that kill on Markov, go back to middle, and then into the A bomb site, and it all works out exactly like they want it.
Yeah, I'm impressed right now with Cloud9. Well, you can tell that this is one of their favorite maps, basically. Mirage.
Yeah.
They're more than happy to play it. They've clearly put some work into it.
I would say at this point, what Flipside have managed to prove, with the help of Cloud9, is
I swear, watching Wayland could be a full-time job, man.
It really could, couldn't it? Now, what they've managed to prove with the help of Cloud9 is that if you give the American side the space to work with, they know how to play this map. So stop giving them the space to work with. Like, now you have to be proactive and take some of it back. There's a bit of that with Electronic. I mean, they don't really have great rifles here. Wayland are trying something different, but this is sort of a weird round. When they have the rifles, they need to do something similar here. We've seen other teams in the past, and actually I think Cloud9 even have done it on this map, on the CT side, double push into apps, you know? Get 2-man with rifles up there, win that fight, or 3-man push to top mid, like, I mean, anything like that. Because they're being given so much map control that they're going to keep doing this.
Oh, Stewie saw him. He saw the man, he saw Blade, yep. going for the pre-fire now. Had his nade in his hand instead of a rifle. Tisk tisk. But a man advantage still in this anti-eco. Electronics got that MP9. The problem is he isn't really too close to the action. Shroud is backing off, and it looks like this will wind up in a B hit. Markelov, he's got the Deagle, not exactly the best gun, but I was about to say, World Edit with the AWP, he's not even going to get anything done with it. Nothing, takes his head off, and still he finds the headshot on Markelov as well. Perfect entries onto the B site.
That was hilarious because actually nothing crouched into his crosshair. Like if he'd been standing up, nothing, at least Markelov would have had to have worked for it, but he was just like, wow, this is easy. I've got it. Oh, that shining and sparkling AWP in front of Electronic, almost like a scene out of Indiana Jones. Just as soon as you pick up that relic, the whole cave come crashing down. That sort of thing. 8-2 is the scoreline, and moving into the 11th round, it will be a 6-round lead for Cloud9. They're looking fabulous right now, Semmler. I don't know what to say.
I was thinking about the arc there, you know? Like, how many souls are trapped in that op? You open the breach and they all come howling out in the face. Your face melts off, right?
That is a good scene. I actually rewatched all of those movies lately, and it may just be because I was a kid when I was watching them the first time, but I still think they're pretty good. Like, I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
It was on TV not too long. I was in the States for a while.
Oh, Stewie inside of the smoke gets taken out by World Edit, and the quick trade by nothing, and then again another veteran and legend of the game, and somehow he still has what it takes to make it work, picking up a double kill in a very crucial round here. Flipside, it's almost like every time they pick up rifles, Cloud9 are way more on point and way more aggressive, and it's really hard for the CT side to make anything work. Markelov taking down nothing finally, and it's a 3-on-3. Waylander charging in, and he will be going down. Automatic taking care of Markelov, and Electronic now in a 1-on-3. A lot of trouble. They can't really lose this Cloud9 if they just stay away. They're both in sandwich. He's going to get one, but he can't see the second, and Shroud will take him down. 9-2. You know who's having trouble right now?
Okay.
Leppänen.
Why?
Well, Leppänen are obviously jointly representatives of the Markelov fan club.
Mm-hmm.
But Leppänen used to be teammates with nothing. He was on the other team, right? So I think he's split and torn right now, just thinking, please, can they both just win?
Sadly, it's not how it works in competition, and Lerpa should know that.
They're still very good friends to this day.
Dude, it's just, I'm truly impressed with nothing because the man has been around for a long time now. He has grounded out highs and lows, but he has been, part of what is seen as the best North American team for a long time now. He's always been there at the top of NA, basically, for year in, year out. Like, that's some longevity.
I mean, I think what's even more interesting, I mean, we don't sort of overhype him, but I think the beginning of Global Offensive, nothing looked like just a broken human being in this game. Like, I honestly thought it was just a matter of like months before he, announced his retirement from the game. It just didn't look like he was anywhere in it at all. And he's found almost like a similar role set at Markelov, where he's like, I don't have to be the star player. I'll just have the experience, and I think his energy and his personality in the team is super valuable as well. But he sort of found that role and has kept in it, which is, I think, really remarkable. If anyone goes back and watches like nothing early on in like 14 or something like that, it doesn't look great, let's put it like that.
He was always so heavily criticized.
Yep.
Just because everybody had in his mind, everybody had in their minds, right? Like, he's supposed to be the mad fragger. And yet, it never really happened, you're right. Instead, there was just that relationship between Nothing and Stewie, Nothing with a lot of the younger players, Swag, etc., where Nothing really tried to focus on keeping their spirits up and taking his experience, you're right. Oh, there could be, yep. Nice shot, Waylander with the dig. And Electronic, bringing it back to a 3-on-3, I like it.
That leaves Markelov on the bomb side. Now would be a good time to step it up with the CZ75 in the Flipside colors and everything. Certainly ready for it here with a flashbang to help. He gets the kill on Shroud. Getting a chance to reload as well. Waylander will get the kill, and then Electronic, and they win the round. Right on the edge here. If they can turn this into 9-6, then that's just really well done, but still able to buy on the Cloud9 side. Actually, Cloud9 doing a timeout here. That's not a bad call at all.
I like that. Let's see what they decide to come up with. If it's just, a breather, because that did look a little disjointed there at the end. Or they were kind of hesitating getting out onto that site. So maybe, just take a little bit of a breather here. And figure out what you want to do in this key round, because Flipside are obviously, well, that's the problem, is that you're not going to wholly break Flipside's economy now. With Flipside saving 3 guns from the last round and keeping 3 players alive, it means that 3 of those guys have actually got pretty decent money on Flipside. And so even if you break them here, right, win the round, Flipside can still be a threat in the next round. So Cloud9, they've still got a couple rounds here before the end of the half, and they just need to kind of keep their heads cool. It's totally possible that they get a 12-3 as well. Now, will they pull a Godsent or not? That's a bit of the question.
Dude, that's gonna take a long time to recover from, for sure. If you're on the Godsent team, some of the emotional outlet on both sides in that game, that's gonna be part of the Counter-Strike record and history. Well, that it gets a kill on Stu. That's a big opening. Markolov immediately goes down, and once again, it's nothing with a double kill. Doing a remarkable job. Leading it in a 3-on-3 here. The bomb, can they actually plant it with the coverage of Skadoodle? Damn, that's a nice frag from Automatic. Now, what is World at it? Do he runs through the smoke? That's a big no-no.
Did he not see the angle of that smoke coming through?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he might have been scoped when the smoke got in, and so he's thinking maybe he threw it from Murder Hole, but that's bizarre because he would have been looking at Murder Hole.
That actually is a good explanation. Well, yeah, that's a good explanation.
No, he wouldn't have looked at it. But no, sorry, you're right. He was looking through kitchen window towards B site, and so he just saw the smoke.
That might very well have been what happened.
Oh, what a tough break for World Edit. But now we have to see that force buy coming in from Flipside. They've got 2 rounds left in this half.
Yeah.
It's 10-3, double digits now for Cloud9.
Really rough break right now for Flipside. 14th round. Cloud9, on the other hand, looking to qualify for the major tournament. I think many people had them on the list, but at least in my opinion, they haven't been playing as well as they could in this qualifier.
Yeah.
But saying that, they definitely are now, and they definitely are just 6 rounds away from qualifying, so they must have done something right.
I'm just glad that if they do it this way, it's not in, because there was definitely a chance, that it could have been, like Cloud9 versus Liquid, and then you're just guaranteed an NA team. No, I'd much rather see it this way, where it's like they go up against Europe's opposition and they beat them, earn their spot that way. It's not done yet, but man, they've got Waylander dialed in over here. Cloud9 just know how to punish this guy. He keeps trying to go aggressive via apartments, and they just keep fragging him.
It looks like the execute will actually happen on the other side, and very similar style as to earlier for Cloud9. They have a double sort of push in here. Look at the rotation again. At least World that is starting to move back towards the B bomb side, and now instead they're going to get a count. Wait a minute. Blade is going to realize over at the A ramp. He's close with the P250. Markolov gets a kill, but Blade goes down, and Markolov hearing them go back. Hope you guys are paying attention to the observing. It's on point. Electronic looking for the spray, and he will get the kill, but they've lost World Edit in the meantime. That means a 2-on-3 with 24 seconds left.
Scott's going to get blitzed. Yep. Goes right through that smoke, but that opens him up for a big spray. Electronic just barely hanging in there, but nothing. Eventually gets the wall bang. And now, where is Markel? All right, I guess you knew where Markolov was. That HE was money. Right on Shroud with the last kill in the round. 11-3. And well, Flipside, you just got to spend every dime you've got now. You're forcing it.
Wow. I mean, that actually is a power play from Electronic. It's not a bad call, but nothing that they're doing right now, Flipside, is actually giving them the win. And this one little move that Cloud9 have been running at least 2 or 3 times now, of poking into B with 2 players and then having your rest execute on A, is so effective. Flipside, they can't figure out what's going on. They're not quick enough with the calls, or they're too late with the information. Whichever way you want to analyze it, they certainly end up in the wrong position. Electronic gonna get Molotov'd out, actually waiting, running for the smoke, and nothing is there to pick him up immediately. 3-11 here, last round of the half.
That's painful. The flash was just a split second too late for him there. You can see him communicating with his teammate, but sometimes it just doesn't really work out. How the cookie crumbles. All right, Shroud, and nothing. Just padding the stats a little bit. Shroud, that puts Shroud into double digits now. Good to see Shroud getting some of these high-impact frags. Automatic finds Waylander, and it's all on Markolov 1v5. But not for long. Automatic, he is a merciful god.
A god indeed. He's top fragging at 16 kill. Right behind him is Stewie. That's what I love to see. And then nothing at 13. He's right behind them. Done a very good job on this first half. Cloud9 laughing, having a good time. 12-3. We've seen this before, Semmler, just the last game. And you were just asking the question, is it going to go the same route? I seriously doubt it, although I think Flipside can do a lot if they can win the pistol round, but I'm not sure I'm believing in the exact same kind of thing. But we'll find out for sure. Flipside have a very big task ahead of them at Cloud9. They've got some tricks up their sleeve for this kind of a map. One of them is Skadoodle with that AWP. If he can pick that up later on, then how do they break through? Even Stewie, if he wants to do the secondary AWPing, could be interesting.
I really want to see Stewie get into the action on that. This has really been the Automatic and Stewie show, though. Skadoodle hasn't really had a chance to warm up. He's been carrying the bomb a lot in the first half and not really, you know, taking point. And so he gets his head ripped off immediately, trying to watch Underpass, and that just doesn't work. So now the nades are starting to come through. Nothing, trying to make a play, looking for the headshot. They line up, and sure enough, he finds one. Stays alive as well, but he's about to get shot in the back. Electronic right in through the window. We'll find him, and it's a man advantage still for Flipside.
3 versus 4. It's a pretty remarkable job that nothing even got any kills in that situation. Now it's Shroud, well known for his mechanical aim. He misses the opportunity at least once there. It wouldn't have been an easy shot for sure, but that's where you'd love to see him pick up just a bit. Bomb is down. Flipside in very good post-plant positions right now. A lot of crossfires to try and break it open. Automatic will pick up a kill on Wayland, and now it's a 3-on-3. Automatic chiming in, looking for another one. It's Stewie picking up one more headshot on Electronic, and Blade coming in. He goes down! Oh my god! Stewie and Automatic, the dynamic duo, picking up that round. An absolutely breathtaking retake of the bomb site. That's not supposed to happen. That is just not supposed to happen.
So long as you've got Stewie and Automatic alive, you're good. You're all right. You don't have to worry about a damn thing if you're Cloud9. Those guys are so damn good. Unbelievable. You're thinking, I was just checking, like, who's still alive? Stewie, Automatic, and Shroud. It's like, actually, this isn't that unreasonable. These guys are headshot machines.
What a ridiculous flick that last one was as well. Oh, man. The good news for Flipside is if they don't make a comeback in this game, they're not out of the qualifier yet. They are currently with a 2-1 scoreline as our Cloud9, so they can still lose a game. But obviously, playing in that last game today, ooh, the pressure.
Yeah, it will be monstrous. Got to be careful there, young Stu. Takes one headshot to the face, but turns out his hurts a little bit more. Electronic is out of the fight. Automatic on short. Pre-fire. Beautiful. Drops Waylander. 2-man advantage in this anti-eco now for Cloud9. This should be putting them up to 14 rounds. This is a little bit worrisome for Automatic. If they come at him in pairs up close with the P250, they can definitely overwhelm him.
Yeah, no reason to throw away anything here with 30 health. You've pretty much got the map on lockdown. You will eventually go down to Markelov, and that will close out the round 14-3 as a scoreline. And we're very, very close to Cloud9 making yet another major championship, which, I mean, I think this qualifier has just been a great example of just how hard it is to make it. And I think about some of the teams that didn't even make the qualifier.
I mean, there's one that I think everybody is pretty familiar with, sadly, NIP.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see what happens next go-around. Expectations are certainly high. 14-3 here. Tactical timeout for Cloud9. Trying to say, listen, we just 2 more rounds. Let's just keep the focus. Something that we were talking about actually yesterday, Astralis doing a fair bit. And after we talked about that, Dupree sent me a message on Twitter and said, actually, that is what we're doing. You know, get the nerves down. So thanks, Dupree, for giving us that sort of information. But yeah, they do use the timeout sometimes after, you know, potentially accelerating rounds, just to make sure that everyone's real calm and there's no adrenaline or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. No, that's I mean, you need to breathe at some points, right? And so that's exactly what some of the teams will do. That's what Pronax was famous for, saying, you know, well, the Fnatic timeout, right, that they were legendary for. You know, like, what are you talking about? You just be like, no, we just sit there and breathe for 30 seconds. Like, don't even say anything. Just calm down. And so I was just checking real quick. And NIP will be at ESL 1 Cologne next week. So if you are a NIP fan, you're not going to see them this week. You're not going to see them the week after. But you can watch them in Germany.
Yeah.
Germany, not Germany.
That's going to be very interesting as well. Yeah, you're right. I think Fnatic were some of the other ones to really use the time, but they usually use them after big losses, you know. I think Astralis are the first ones that are using them really consistently after big wins, big clutches. That's what's so interesting.
Jesus.
Shroud to take down Markelov just never stood a chance. Skadoodle with a great headshot there, taking down Electronic too. So now things are looking really grim. If they weren't already, I don't know how much deeper in the hole that Flipside can really get at this point. You know, it's like It's worse, and it's getting apparently much worse.
Well, it's a 16-round deep hole, right? I guess the point I'm trying to make there, right? You know, there is an end to this hole.
Yeah.
It ends at 16, but
That's the upside.
you kind of want to get a little bit more than 3, but at the same time, we're getting into that territory now for Flipside where it would be agony if you get close and then are not able to actually win it, which might still happen. Blade, fancy footwork, keeping him alive.
Nice headshot from World Edit. Just preemptively guessing the angle there.
That's the bomb that he's blocked off, though. There's no time left to actually get this bomb planted.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And the Shroud even with a great turn. Triple for him in the round. 15-3 in favor of the North American team. Shroud, not the best game of his life. 13 kills in one half, though, more or less, is not bad at all. He's done an alright job. And it was just Canada Day, wasn't it? So maybe he's, you know, out there celebrating, feeling it. Celebrating Canada Day with a qualification to the major tournament.
Wouldn't be too bad, right?
It's not bad at all.
I think that's like birthday, Christmas, everything rolled into one.
And what's today? The 4th?
Really? No. Is
No,
it?
it's not.
No,
Is
it's
it?
not. I think it's the second.
Oh, it's the second?
I think
What?
yesterday was the first.
Am I making things up?
Don't mess with my head this way, Anders.
The computer is turned on the wrong day, that's where I just checked it. I made that up, don't worry. All the Americans, everyone calm down. Don't worry. I was gonna suggest fireworks and everything. I even brought some to the studio.
Yeah.
Galil instead on...
Your lit commentary.
Yeah, exactly.
Popping off.
Just getting way ahead of myself.
Where do you come? Well, I mean, Flipside right now. They're spread out.
That's when Cologne starts, that's right. Where's my mind?
Yeah.
Well, did it with the Galil, and that's pretty much it for Flipside. Like, what else can they do? What else can they fight with?
Oh, they could catch Shroud, but Shroud blind doesn't matter, and automatic as well. It's pretty much just been the automatic Stewie show, and then Shroud is definitely getting in there as well. Electronic, snuffed by Young Stu. Markeloff and Blade, the last two alive here for Flipside. Hardly any nades to speak of, a single flash, but they still have a dream, and Blade will get the headshot on automatic. Bit of a tongue twister there.
This is shocking. 3 rounds for Flipside. They won the pistol as well on the first half, and that's all they got. 16-3 as Cloud9 make it to another major tournament, this time the PGL major. They've qualified, they've made it through, and in just absolute blazing fashion here in the final game.
I don't understand these guys though, you know? It's just like, just another day, you know, it's just like they won an online match or